region. Right now we're waiting on one person to queue, so I can just kind of go over what's going on here at the moment, as long as this loads well for me. So this weekend I'm not warring with my usual faction. I'm usually in Twilight Princess, but today I'm in the Vikings. So the reason why I'm in the Vikings is because they were struggling to have an American, or in my case, a Canadian presence. So my girlfriend and I decided to come over here to help them out for the good of the region. They're a competitive faction as well, so we want to help them out so that so that the region would do better in total. So again, very active region. We actually have a competition. I'm pretty sure that the first three factions in this event are all Blount factions. I believe it's Walkers who are in first, Twilight Princess in second, and then Vikings rounds out the third spot. And then we have some Russian factions who, the name I have no idea what it is, the Russian Mafia, Blount, Jones again, Blount. There's a lot of different factions here, well, from the two regions. But when we go all the way down, you'll find that we have some feeder factions here that the Jones region made in our region. So this is one of the tactics that has been going around. I think anyone in Tournament of Champions has seen this and understands what's happening, and it's kind of ridiculous, really. Like, you know what? This is troublesome to me, but they have a Russian name, so I'm gonna go with that. Normal. This Hugs is a feeder faction. Pendos Ponos, also a feeder faction. This Russian one, whose name I can't pronounce, is also a feeder faction. Immigration. So this name made me laugh a lot, but it's also a feeder faction, so I think we're at 4 already. They must be real. So yeah, it looks like we have not made any feeder factions in their region, so I'm pretty happy with that, actually. I don't really want to win that way. Like, this whole tournament is basically a joke. Like, it's just so poorly done. And I hate how they do wars over the weekend when there's no support. Like, if you're going to do it, I understand. People have the weekends off, I get it, but you should have someone who is monitoring all of this, because this is probably the worst event that we've had in a long, long time. I'm live now. Still need one, so I think we're still waiting on one person, and that's a little annoying to me. Just a little bit. Like, I want to war more right now. Like, we actually, I think, have one empty space. So I wish we had another person to fill in. But now we're just kind of waiting on it. I'd like to show you guys a little bit about what I've been doing here for war. I know that in other regions, like other TOCs, people are angry because people aren't really getting into war. A lot of people have decided just to not war, either in protest. Hold on. Sorry, folks. my mom just came in to speak to me. But reward-wise, I can't believe I just exited it out, but milestone rewards, most people are not going to make these, especially in a 24-hour war, especially against only one other region, because if the other region isn't very active, and you have 8 factions queuing and they have 2, well, they'll get constant wars while you're kind of stuck, waiting and waiting and waiting, which we're kind of waiting and waiting and waiting. And not bad, Dan, you. Yeah, we're just still waiting on someone. Need one, please. Again, one of the things that I hate about live streaming is just how slow my internet is. I wish it was faster. But, going up to the rank rewards when it finally loads, we have these, the WD tokens instead of war tokens, which are for this wheel, where you can get these beach balls, sombreros, or seashells, and they help you get different tunes, but the percentage of getting any high amount, like you need 10,000 in order to get any of the tunes, like it's a huge amount, and really, I think first place gets 3,000 tokens, so that's 3 pulls on this wheel, and, you know, you could end up with 100 sombreros, 100 beach balls, and 100 seashells very easily. And when we go over to the museum, like that gets you a Lodi. So a Lodi I would actually like to have quite a bit. You know, hold the line tune, so it makes it hard to kill her. Her rush is fast. Regaining HP, some defense. I do like her active skill right now because of how many tunes are taunting. And nice, Dan. Weapon-wise, I like the stun when being attacked. Means I don't have to craft something. It's a very defensive weapon. Seashells, Ivanova, who I actually already have, that I got from the green token event. And to be honest, I think she's pretty good. Even being a Generation 1 tune, Guardian 2 is very relevant and helpful. Her rush is fast, she can impair for 1 turn up to 3 enemies, and then get crit. Her active skill, Recover Stun, very useful. The prize, though, where's Sombreros, is Harper. Disarming tune, yellow, triple attack rush, minus 50 attack, minus 50 defense, focus and crit. It's just, she is so good. I really want a Lodi. She would be awesome on defense. Yes, she would be so good on defense. Like, I'm not exactly sure which defense I would throw her on, but I know that I could make her work. And I 1 level up was on top in SR. 1,000 sombreros. That is terrible luck, aka RNG. Yeah, RNG is pretty terrible when you think about it, because it's like you can perform and perform and perform and then just get unlucky. There's no incentive to grind for anything. You know what? Let's do a friendly raid. So, Bobo Land here, I've actually been failing on him a lot. He has a very good team, in my opinion. He does have the new S-Pete. He has Mia, I think he has Zach and Negan, and I think he has a Donnie lead. So I'm hoping this will load. Yeah. So this is actually tough for me to decide on who to bring in, and I think I have to bring in a team like this. So yeah, let's see. Mia, Doc Stevens, Pete Anderson, Negan, and Zachary. So I might actually try to start on Negan, because I could get lucky. I got a double attack there. That collateral blew them up. Negan's gonna rush though, so that kind of sucks. Yes, it is a terrible event. Hey.
Here's a thought. Why don't you barbecue, there's 2 of them, why don't you barbecue
Sorry, folks, getting disturbed. I can't remember how much HP Negan had to start with, so I don't know if I'm safe to rush Regina or not. I do need to stop Mia, though. And Zachary. So, I'm gonna rush on Zach. See if I can AP down him at all, which I did. Here, AP drain. And attack Negan. So the goal here is to decap Negan. What happened is my mom came in. So I'm probably gonna have to redo this, but let's see. Okay, so good note is that it won't actually kill Negan in the future. I don't trust a stun resist. Good double attack, defense down there. So I'll hit this team up again after. The one downside with collateral too is that the splash damage can trigger AP gain, so I'm just gonna flee that actually now. So yeah, that's one of the teams that I've been struggling on a lot. I need really good RNG to beat it. And, well, yeah, just really good RNG, a lot of luck. Like, this team is just very difficult for me. I'm not exactly sure who else I would sub out in order to make it work. I'm glad that there's no command tune, and again, we're still waiting for one to queue. Yep. Anyone factionless that can help us queue. Hoping we can grab someone to help us queue this. Okay, so I'm gonna jump back into this again to see if I can figure something else out. So the reason why I was aiming for Negan first, because I'm hoping to kill him sooner and decapitate him. So that, yes, Mum? Sorry again, I'm actually gonna flee and go back in because I keep getting disturbed. And I know I'm gonna need the maximum amount of time if I plan on beating this at all. So, I'm definitely gonna have to decapitate him. I keep triggering Negan, which is actually very, very annoying. At least I was able to impair him. Let's see. Increase this. I don't want Zach to rush because when Zach rushes, I get royally messed up. Like, he causes me so many issues, it's not even funny. And again, I got lucky on that AP drain. So now I have basically everyone on their team ready to rush. Oh, Doc is impaired. Pete is impaired. If I can bring him down. I know that he has a stun resist, so I'm going to confuse him. Let's see if I can... Okay, so I did drain him. So that's good. I'm going to try and bring... So close, and I'll be able to decap Zachary here. If I can bring him down... Oh, too much to bring down, so I'm just going to decap him first. That's the first step. Now... I don't think I can... I have an AP drain on him, so I might see if I can AP drain Negan. Okay, not a big deal. I am going to AP drain Mia, though. Because I'm not too concerned about the defensive buff as much as Mia using 2,500 maim damage to kill me. Yeah, so Doc is still impaired. Mia, I need to try to AP drain her again. So multiple attacks, nothing happened really. Oh, there's the AP drain, so that's what I wanted. Shoot. I don't want to stun myself. I'm kind of forced to attack Negan here, which is both good and bad. So now I'm out of... Yeah, Earl has the active stun, but here, like, it's just the 57% stun resist, stun resist, stun resist, stun resist everywhere, basically. So I don't think I can win this. I am going to do this. Confusing Mia. I'll try to send... Oh, I got lucky there. If I use Andrea's rush, I'm gonna kill Negan, but I kind of have to. It'll, like, trigger payback, but... So as you see, I can't really figure this team out yet. I need to get lucky on some impairs, I think. We came here to help with that, but I guess 2 people won't do it. Yeah, doesn't seem like it. We are very stuck for war right now. Okay. Where is anyone responding here? Maybe one left me, join back. Who did? Is there anyone who can come here? Yeah, we need someone to come here. Just one person to help us queue, because again, I want to show you guys how I war. Try and bring in a buff or debuff to help get a decap down. Yeah, the thing is, I don't usually use a decap. That's my problem. And regarding a buff or debuff, like, with Pete, he's been giving me problems a lot. And even just using a buff or debuff, like, so for this team, I like Alpha because of her rush, which is confuse. Hold on. Her rush, which confuses, does damage, and her active skill is an AP drain. This collateral 2 lets me do a high amount of damage to one tune and those around. And it's like, I don't have many people to debuff with. Like, Harlan is an option, to be honest, because that minus 70 defense would help a lot. Dale, who's way down here, is always an option as well. But I don't feel like he gives me enough control. And because I'm running a human shield, his weapon is kind of useless because it's impair when being attacked. So I do agree I need a debuff of some sort, or even running Tara can be decent. But hold on. Sorry again, folks. It's very active in my house at the moment. Shoot. I don't really have a good tune for that doesn't sacrifice me too much. I'd honestly rather run Kate and give her an absolute defense weapon and try to go from there, because I want to decap them, but at the same time, like, I can't get Regina hitting hard enough, and shoot, that doesn't help. I need to try to AP drain Doc, which I did, which is great. Okay, so I impaired Zach, Negan, Mia, and let me see. I have AP drain on these ones, so I guess I'll try to stun him. Didn't work. I'll watch live stream going on a birthday. Okay, have fun, Milan. Milan? What are those? Oh, I have a Russian watching my stuff. That is great. I think we are facing you, Russian person whose name I cannot pronounce. Let's see if I can bring the doc down a bit. Okay, there we go. Oh, and I killed him, which isn't great actually, because Mia is going to active revive him. So I need to now see if I can kill Mia, like, right now. And I'm going to, so that's lucky. But Mia's still going to active revive Dr. Stevens. Oh, and Pete Anderson went off. Shoot. This isn't a great position. This is not a great position. I am getting pwned. Maybe go green and yellow since there's a lot more options to play around with. Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I have tried that as well. I tried using... I'll show you my melee team in a second, actually. Like, I'm probably just gonna end up fleeing this. Might be able to kill him here, which would be nice. Yep, dead. I'll show you my melee team in a second anyway, just to give you an idea. Yeah, I'm just gonna flee that. There's no point in me finishing it. English is very bad. It's okay. Ooh, we got a war, actually, against International. I wonder if they made the faction called Immigration. because that would be really funny, actually. Yay, we got one. Probably will Dre. Yeah, probably will need a filler eventually. Oh, look at that name. Cannot pronounce it. Is Earl nice? Yes. Pizza Cake, I really like Earl. I like his rush being only 150% damage. Like, a lot of people see that as a negative, but to be honest, by being so low, you can end up rushing and possibly killing Negan without triggering payback because his rush just isn't powerful enough to trigger it, and that is actually very useful for free-to-play players. But unfortunately, his rush doesn't do anything else. Like most rushes, they have a debuff as well, or a buff, a healing factor, something. So I'm going to try and take a tower because I only have 9 war refills, and next weekend is cross-regional war. And unfortunately, because it's the qualifying week for where you're tiered, like I'm in Diamond, but it's deciding on if I'm in Diamond 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. It means I don't get coins this week. No one does. And that to me is kind of bothersome because it's like we used to have coins. Platinum used to have a bunch of coins too. So it's really unfortunate how Scopely runs this, and we all know how messy the whole Tournament of Champions is going. How much have you spent on the game? I've spent $5 on the game total. And that was when Scopely made that error with the green tokens from 4 months ago or so. And I ended up getting that mainly for the receipt, to be honest, because Scopely has stopped accepting the Survivors Club, the free Survivors Club, like the free trial receipt as a proper one. So if I were ever to lose my account, I wouldn't be able to recover it unless I had a proper receipt, which I ended up getting with the green tokens. So I was actually able to take that tower. No drop. But that's okay. I'm going to try and get some war cans here. And I'm just going to try to hit some people if, again, I can get in. See, everyone else is going a lot faster than me because live streaming slows me down a lot. I really got to figure that out, to be honest, because I can't be letting my faction down, but at the same time, I enjoy live streaming and showing you guys kind of how I go about warring and, my strategy for all this, so I know I'll figure it out eventually. It's just I wish I could figure it out now. I'll try to decap. No double attack. Regina's probably gonna kill someone. Yep. Let's see. Rush there. Attack. At least this'll stun the one. Ugh, I hate losing this many tunes. It's really, really annoying. And you get less points and do less damage to the opponent's HP. Oh, you don't want to be like me. I'm on the game way too much. You can even ask my girlfriend about that. She agrees with that, and you know what? I agree with it too. But with the way Scopely has been running things, I don't know if I'll be on, as much, or, it's just, it's hard. It's hard to stay motivated when you feel like you can't keep up. Or when the company just doesn't seem to care. War ended up starting, I think it was 2 hours late, or was it 3 hours late? It was terrible. I don't understand why it started out so badly. This has been the event that a lot of people have been talking about, and unfortunately, because of the mismanagement of it, it's like they're just incompetent, to be honest. There's a lot of top factions that are not going to be moving on because of how the other region is warring. There's a lot of regions where it's just the top faction, just one faction that's warring, because this game, this Tournament of Champions, is completely dictated by whatever region queues the slowest. So there's nothing stopping people from doing a slow queue? Nothing. If anything, it's advisable. If you queue slow, then the other team, they can't catch up, right? Because they'll get more matches, and so the top faction in another region will get, like, say, 10 wars, and you might only get one or two if you have five other factions on your side queuing up and warring. So activity ends up being your greatest downfall. Like, I would like to say that my region here is being very, very smart. You know what? People are stepping down when needed at the beginning, while the Russian region was cheating, to be honest. I already showed you that they have some of the, like, some filler factions in that have been feeding themselves. And then, there's been a couple questionable players on the other, in the other region who have just been warring too fast, or their prestige really doesn't show, their prestige is too low for the number of premier characters that they have. And you spent less than $100, you're a winner. Yes, I agree with that, Dan. And strategies in this faction, just on this, Team A goes for Infirmary, Team B Watchtower, Generals go to Armory, and then just Gen A clockwise, Gen B then clockwise. You know, pretty simple strategy. Most factions, I feel like, do that. Sure, Dre. I think we'd rather have something than nothing here. Thank you. So yeah, so a little bit of an irritant here. So this is Tony. He's in my normal faction in Twilight Princess, and we had struck a deal with Vikings where we were going to send 2 American/Canadian, for me at least, over here in order to help them with their American time zone, and they were going to send back a Euro or an Asian or a couple Asian players, just people on the other side of the pond, because that would help us out more than having more Americans, because we are kind of American heavy, and that's something we do need to work on. But they did not end up sending anyone, so I am a little more than irritated at that, because, like, my girlfriend came over here just to help them out for the betterment of a region, but they can't reciprocate. So it does make me happy that Twilight Princess is in second right now, ahead of the Vikings. Like, I'm not warring any better or worse than as if I were over in Twilight Princess. I'm still trying to get my milestones. Like, I've already reached my 100,000. I've reached my 100,000, and yeah, I've reached my 100,000. I'm happy with that, considering how short war has been. So I'm at 109,000. I don't think I'm gonna get to 200,000. It would be nice to get 4 gold mods and a couple Liliths with that GPS, but it's not necessary. But we'll get a bunch of mod scraps. Here, these WD tokens. I don't get it. I will like some Lilies and Ulysses, because I'm honestly out of Ulysses. Some gear. So yeah, that's kind of where we are at the moment. They got a good deal. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So right now, I am going to queue back up. Oh, you're not in a TOC region? Wigglesdora, it's probably better that you're not. This has been just a mess. Like, someone was predicting that only 5 of the top 12 factions, like, in the game are likely to get through, which is extremely low, and I think it's a bad business move for Scopely, because honestly, your biggest spenders are in your top factions, but when Abusement Park, when Endgame, when who else isn't making it through? We Are One is making it through. Days After Rodeo, I don't think is. Victory is close to not making it through. Yeah, there's just a bunch of factions that aren't going to make it, only because the other region is playing. I don't want to call it smart, because it is, but at the same time, Scopely just kind of enabled it all. which makes it kind of ridiculous. Dan, I haven't even seen the raid rewards, to be honest. And what defense team am I running? I'm right now running this one. I do want to get away from it because I don't feel like it's good enough. It's mostly to slow people down, but I don't feel like it's slowing almost anyone down, to be honest. So Roxy's just my heavy defensive toon. She can take a number of attacks, which is what I like. Joshua, ideally, I'd want to get him rushing on the first turn. If I can get him rushing on the first turn, that minus 60 attack for 3 turns is huge. But for that, I would need a faster team. So I would need probably a blue-yellow team. But I don't really have a team that can accommodate him in it, because I would have to run blue Garrett as my lead, and that means I still need 3 yellow weapons, so I wouldn't have a human shield. We are in 6th and we have 3 losses because we were always stuck in queue. Yes, last night we were probably stuck in queue for I don't even know how long. It was just really long, and I didn't even make it into this war, and neither did my girlfriend. Link, I'm here. I don't know if I can invite Dre. Hold on, let's see. How to win TOC. Agree that only best factions war. If a top faction wins first battle, stop war, profit. Gilgamesh, that would work if people didn't make minis. Because people make minis in other factions, in other regions, and by making those minis, thanks Dre. And by making those minis, you're always in queue. Like I showed you guys before, we have like 4 Russian factions in Blount who are just queuing against. Are legit, you can win TOC with only 1 battle. You could. If the other side decided not to make minis in the region, you could definitely do that. Our faction left Whitfield as second faction didn't want any part of this disaster. You, my friend, are smart. Is it bad Alpha One with Change is my best toon? No, it's not bad. Like, I have that Alpha actually down here. I haven't ascended her yet. See? But I also haven't ascended Bruce Allen Cooper, Brian, Leon, Hunter. Like, there's a bunch of toons here that I haven't ascended yet. Alpha is on my list to ascend, but I think I want to ascend Bruce Allen Cooper first. Just a neutralizer is always relevant. That confuse active skill is useful. His rush is fast, attack and defense boost, as well as minus 40 AP, and can hold a stun weapon. AKA, that makes him super useful. Rewards are trash anyway, so we're not missing out. No, rewards are not great. Nice team, almost same as mine except for Joshua and that girl. Yeah, Roxy. I like Roxy. I think she's very tanky. Pizza Cake, we actually have 3 really good factions in my region, which is good for TOC overall. Yes, same here. Pizza Cake, what region are you in? I would like to say that my region is both very active and we have a few strong factions in it. There's actually a lot of strong players in my opinion, and I'm pretty proud of how well we do as a region. Like again, top 3 spots go to us. We got Howling Commandos, Legends, Winchester, Fateful Allegiance. Like we have some good factions here, and I'm pretty proud with how we do, like, and how we've kind of always done. I clicked accept, send it again. It says it's been sent. It says it's been sent. LOL. I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to fix that, to be honest. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. Fast rushing teams are very unreliable since it's completely based on what team the opponent attacks with, in my opinion. Yes, but at the same time, if you run a proper fast rushing team, there could be 2 different options, and it's like a Hobson's choice where no option is a good option. Because it's like, if I end up attacking, say there's a Tobin and there's a Holly. If I end up attacking and killing Tobin on the first turn, then Holly rushes the next turn. Could possibly bring Tobin back, as well as apply healing and elusive to everyone except for herself. If you attack Holly first and kill her, then Tobin may rush the next turn, which could kill 2 of your attackers. So it's hit or miss. Like, I feel like there's a few good fast rushing teams. Most of them include Dr. Stevens. When you say girlfriend, do you mean your friend or dating? I mean dating. Oh yeah, I forgot about minis, tryhards, yes. Had a fast rushing with a Garrett lead and it got ran over 90% of the time, yeah. I don't like a blue Garrett lead because, you lose out on having, well, an 8% weapon on your lead. So, like, Lydia would be best, in my opinion. The yellow Lydia tune. Yeah, I'm not sure who else I would even put as the lead. I don't really like an Andrea lead, the human shield, because I feel like she dies a lot. And I also think that the turn 1 attack team can also work on her. What are your thoughts on the S class? S class is a mess. Like, I don't see the reason why they released it, to be honest. Ooh, Ghost of AD. He has a good team, and I'll actually show you that. I think it's either double Mia and Negan, or it's the other way around. It's double Zack, my bad. So it's not completely windowless, which helps. So that also helps on the first turn for attacking. I really have to make sure these Zacks don't rush. If a Zacks rush, then I am in major trouble. So I'm gonna be able to rush Priya again. I want to try to... Let's see. If I rush this Zack, perfect, killed. Triple confuse, which means Mia can't rush right now, which is great. But I'm going to have to make sure I can get Priya to rush again, actually. And I gotta think about this for a second, because he's not going to... Yes, he's going to die, so I can leave that. I don't want to stun myself off of Mia right now. So this is the tough part, because I need to attack and hope I don't get stunned. Absolute defense. Okay, that sucks. Taunted, but I'm confused now. Or not confused, stunned. So Mia can't rush yet. I'm gonna attack there. Yep, Jesus is gonna attack. Shoot. Okay, so that's good. No, because... So Mia is going to bring someone back with her active skill. And I don't think there's a way I can stop that. I can kill Jesus. I really have to hope that she does not bring back Zack. Okay, she brought back Jesus, which is okay. And she's probably going to bleed out, but she's going to get... Oh, shoot. Because she's going to get her full rush. She's going to bleed out, and now she has her full rush. And I'm kind of stuck. Oh, that's interesting. I was still... Did you see that, how I stunned Mia, even though she was in Outlast? I don't think I'm supposed to be able to do that, but anyway, that's interesting. So yeah, S-Class, I think, is a joke. Like, this right here is ridiculous. Revive 2 teammates with 60% of their max HP. Those teammates, so 2 teammates get Guardian Shield. This character and 1 other teammate get plus 60% bonus HP and a Guardian Shield. His leadership skill, 30% HP, defense, and a huge bonus to AP when taking damage. Recover, maim, and heal. This stops auto teams now. His stats are super high. His weapon, bonus HP to everyone. At least it's not bonus AP. But I think this S-Class is unnecessary. Like, as a 5-star and 6-star, you know what? I can let that go, because he doesn't have a huge stat jump, but I'm pretty sure as the S, he has like 1,000 more points for stats. Oh, it's ridiculous. Okay, first place in raids gets 3.3 tokens, so only 500 tokens away from first place in TOC. Yeah, so that makes TOC even more of a joke. And to be honest, if you think about it... Nope, never mind. I had an idea, but Hi Link. What do you think about using a damaged persons on the defense? Using damage tunes on defense can work out well for you because a lot of people bring in very flimsy offenses usually, but you have to make sure that they survive long enough. Otherwise, you can take out 1 or 2 tunes on the first turn, which cripples the defense entirely. How would you mod BAC, attack center defense set? Let me see. So BAC, I need to look at him again. See, he's kind of all around. I would probably I can't make him into a true offensive tune, to be honest. I might make him to be defensively modded with a defense attack mod on him, because I think I could run him on an offensive team. I think specifically I could run him on a team like this right here. Maybe instead of Nick, I guess, regarding control wise. So Jackson as a tune, I actually don't mind him. I thought I would hate him a lot more, but his rush is actually pretty useful because I can rush Negans with it without triggering payback, and his active skill can be very useful. Need a video on double Mia, Zach, and Negan teams. Okay. Note, I will look towards that. I'm making that. S-Class is horrible and I canceled all my subscriptions and going full free to play now. Why should I spend $100 on a 6-star pulls when they are all worthless in a couple months? Not even a couple months. It's probably a couple weeks at this point because, let's take a look here. Doc Stevens, completely ridiculous. Raven was pretty ridiculous. Olivia, Negan, Mia, the governor, Elle. Oh, I really hate Elle, actually. I can't find a good way to beat her because her bide is just ridiculous. Pete Anderson, as 40% HP to all, cleanse main for all, 35% AP every turn for 20 turns. What's next? Revive 5 and cleanse stun. Probably revive 5, cleanse stun, and 100% AP to self. His stats are 7-star worth. Actually, I would say his stats are 8-star. Because if we think about it, right all the way back here, maybe I went too far. Wherever Camilla is, she was the first Generation 2 6-star. And so right here, she was the first Generation 2 6-star. I would consider that a 7-star because of the 500 point stat jump. Your TG timer is running out. I don't even know what TG means, Neo, but thank you. Think they will do a blue flag roadmap for Roxy like they do for Axel. I really wish that they did. I wish that there would be a roadmap because my Roxy... Ooh, Broken Mask just went up. My Roxy is... Where is she, first off? But she's stuck. She is just stuck here. I need 15 more flags, and I don't want to use my coins on it. I need my coins for war, especially if our region continues to move on. I'm going to have war every weekend, and that means I need more tins. And I just sacrificed someone to deal with L. See, I tried the sacrificial lamb thing, but she ends up rushing, and she heals, and then I'm back to square one, basically, and sometimes it's just L that ends up killing me. Legitimately, sometimes it's just L. Let's see. Dr. Dre, you imposter. We have an interesting region. So, TP for the first time. Oh, thanks, folks. So, yeah, TG training grounds, yes. My training grounds, they always run out. I never have enough. I always run out of shirts and gloves, to be honest, Neo. I think you helped me before online, but my combos are deleted and I need some defense team help. If I message my roster, could you take a look? Yep, for sure, Pizza Cake. For sure. And to be honest, most defensive teams need help. Unless you have some of the new tunes, it's almost impossible to get any defense. You can stall people out, but that's about it. Like this team, it's purely to try and stall people. It is not very offensive at all. Honestly, I'd like to replace Glenn. To be honest, I'd like to replace everyone here. I'd love to get a Generation 2 human shield, so I'm hoping, Lee and Magna, Herschel and Maggie finally get released at some point. Mine's T2, don't want to waste coins on crates. Yes, I didn't want to waste coins on crates either, but from Skullgate, I ended up with a bunch of coins. And I ended up using it to get a lot of flags because I knew I wanted to upgrade Roxy. And in a way, it was kind of like I just got coins for free. So, let's see. Who else is here that I could try to hit? So this Aaron person is also called Reaper. They were in Twilight Princess for a bit, but then they went to a different faction where some of their friends were, and now I guess they're in Vikings. So, you see your standard Eric. So I've either been running this team with Marlon and Rosie in it. So Marlon and Rosie, or I will run my decap Sandy. So there's no command tune here, which makes it actually a lot safer for me to attack. Dale, 100% heal reduction, and focus to my team. Gonna rush Tobin. Going to rush Solange. And I'll rush here and see what happens. So stun the one. Even with these other tunes rushing, it doesn't really affect me. And this is game. So I'm just gonna leave it. I think I have attack up when taunted. No, I don't. I did. I have a bleed on him. Don't make me your inspiration for this game. I am just another player like you, and I know I do spend too much time on here. How did I get Red Dale? I got him off of 2 10 poles. So there was these RTS coins on this map that was a total ripoff, but I ended up doing it for like 70 coins, and I ended up getting 3 pulls, and I pulled myself this Louis. And after pulling Louis, I was kind of like, well, dang, that's the only reason that I was saving up my coins for. So, I don't even know what I did with Dale here, but I wasn't paying attention. That's my bad. But I don't even know what I did. Shoot. So I ended up getting Louis, and then I pulled on Dale, and I got Dale somehow. Like, somehow. And I'm gonna lose this raid because I wasn't even paying attention. And Danny, I am coming back as soon as war is over. We went over to Vikings in order to try and help them out with their time zone issues because they're missing Americans. Yes, Reaper. It's a really bad wait. And yeah, Dale is actually very OP. I think people underestimate him a lot, and I don't even know who I ended up hitting here. Did I just end up hitting Reaper again? Because this is not the same team that I just hit, but I'm gonna guess it is. So I think I should be able to kill him here. Let's see. This should be that. Rush here. Denise doesn't revive, she just heals. And done. So yeah, Danny, I'll be back, and so will my girlfriend Kay. Right after war is done, we are looking forward to coming back, to be honest. This, again, I'm in reserves, I'm not even warring, and it's taking forever. Taking a look at pathways right now, I guess. Roadmap stages, I'm almost done, so I'll get 60 bloody bandages there. Mystery bags opened. I'm gonna open my war crates back in TP to help with that. Walker hordes, we're still waiting on this event. I think they need to give us at least 2 events, if not 3, to accomplish all of this realistically. These territory battles as a faction is also ridiculous. It's way too high. Character level ups. This shouldn't be that difficult, to be honest. We have enough level ups. You can level up 1-star tunes with more 1-star tunes. Wars as a faction. So war matches, battles. So this can be scouting. Someone said that if you attack a tower and then flee, This also counts, and with the number of wars from TOC to CRW, you should be fine to complete this. And then these other things I've finished already, which is good. I will end up doing this after I get off the live stream. So I need to do this map today. This map today and tomorrow, and then I'll be able to do this again and get myself 150 more Benedicts. So yeah, need a few things to do still, like Savior's Path. I need more of these Broken Lucilles in order to get myself a fodder tune and more crossbones. I'm not going to end up doing this, like, although the gear is kind of nice, like, I don't really need another alpha, but getting, you know, a potential, 20,000 coins, or 25 attack mods, 25 defense mods, bennies, those are all very useful things to me. And War in Blount is going pretty good. Right now, it's a slow matchup, which is probably because the Russians are all sleeping. I wish I was in your region. My region is run by a faction called Art of War, and they are so stuck up. They told me I'm useless because I'm S5. To be honest, like, I don't really understand the point of that. Like, we want to encourage people to play the game because that makes more competition. Oh, it looks like we might fall into fourth if we're not careful. But, you know, like, it's all about encouraging other people to play as much as you can and helping people grow. Like, I think that after TOC is done, we will be moving on to the second round, but we'll get a 2-week bonus of 25% more milestones. So we're going to try and coordinate as a faction to help smaller factions, like, get level up territories at the same time. So Factory and Northern Train Depot. So these two over here at the same time. Because once we have the, the 25% bonus, we actually want people to be able to use it. And to do that, well, we'll need them to have them at the same time. So we're going to try to coordinate as a faction to kind of almost set it up like crit territories. And Asgard, I'm going to guess this is not a normal faction because we do have a, like, take territories at the same time thing, crits at least. But we want to thank the factions here in the region for their participation and helping. So, you know what, like, helping the smaller factions get both of those at the same time for a 30% bonus. Herschel's Farm, even for rep purposes. Like, there's just some small things that I think we're going to do as a region because we want to encourage people to keep playing as well as have people benefit from moving on in TOC. And yes, the power creep is insane. S8, I wouldn't say you're useless, but you're not able to war well, and with the game being centered around war, it becomes frustrating. S10 and don't have great tunes, like, I almost fall into that category. Sometimes I do. Like, my tunes are not the greatest. You don't see a lot of premier or promo tunes. Most of my tunes are free to play, and, like, as you see, some of the teams that I've concocted are very interesting. Like, I still have in this team that Shiva Force 5-star Red Rick, who I use on the first turn. I attack, and then I command him and rush to cause taunt to 2. And with Pain Split, it's unlikely that he'll die. Indomitable, stun resist, I guess I should put on. Oh, I don't have a defensive mod set to put there. So I'm just going to put any AP drain. But an AP gun both ways with stun. So taunt 2 enemies into him and potentially stun them. That's how I control. Arcade attacks up. Sandy has a debuff to the defense. And Waste Not, Impair active. Nick is my commander that I need, and Michelle is my heavy hitter. And then you get teams like this, which can sometimes work on the second turn because I can command rush Victor and apply minus 50 defense to the opponent's team. The next turn, depending on what happens, like, I can end up rushing with Kate to give myself plus 50 attack. And then the turn after, I can usually attack with Sean in order to charge his AP, and then use command with Nick and wipe out a team because he has plus 50 attack and the defense has minus 50 defense. a couple other teams here with Jackson lead, the Marlin and Rosie team, the blue teams that I'm kind of toying with right now. So yeah, those are my teams at the moment. In my second region, there's a guy in a number 1 faction in S9++ in Silver League. Yeah, he could have quit. They might just be keeping him for his rep. Number 1 in qualifiers. He might just be a war player then. He might only come on to play war, which is a reasonable thing to do. It's probably the only fun thing left in the game, and right now it's not even that fun. It's just frustrating. So right now it looks like I'll be promoted into Diamond 3, which is where I usually like to stick around, because that way I can move up or down, and I'm still in Diamond, so if I have a bad week, it doesn't matter. So I've been in Division 3, Division 3, Division 3, Division 5, Division 4. So, yeah, I've been around. So I'm going to hop off my live stream right now because, they finally queued for war, but I'm not in it anyway. And I'm probably going to call my girlfriend. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope TOC is going okay for you guys. And if it's not, I'm sorry. I don't really know what to tell you other than Scopely just made a mess of things. For those not in TOC, I hope you're enjoying your raid event. It's probably better that you're avoiding this mess as a whole. And I hope to be able to upload